Hey folks, what's going on? It's Usman, and I'm making this video today on why I feel like the food today that we eat is causing a lot of stress and depression, and is making us go through all these mood swings that we can't control. This video is just to gauge our awareness on the foods we have to avoid to make sure we don't feel so bad about ourselves, or to feel so down about things, and wondering where our stress and depression really comes from. It's like we almost like refuse to look at the ingredients that are in Chinese food that's almost on every other block in most black neighborhoods, or the ingredients in McDonald's that's so comprised of GMOs like glyphosate and monitor that makes people sick like crazy. I feel like we should just pay more mind and abstain from foods that's making us all sick. Because the FDA and a lot of corporations fail to regulate and remove these ingredients from our foods that's making us very ill in the long run. This is a lot of adverse effects on our health, and 90% of the foods that we even have out here today wasn't even in supermarkets or in stores 100 years ago. So just think how much foods that are making us all sick. Like even soy lecithin. Soy in general is it has so much estrogen in it that is making men more feminine, making girls have more attitude. Soy is almost in most of the foods that we eat, especially like our snacks, like Pop-Tarts and stuff like that. That's just making everybody just have a more tough and strict attitude on things, and we wonder why we're so angry all the time, we're so mad all the time. Food is like one of the major reasons why that we're going through so much problems in our lives today. And it's like America is failing to remove these ingredients that's just making us all sick in the long run. Our gum is full of aspartame that makes us have more hyper attitudes, and even the meat, like let's say in McDonald's, has so much carcinogenic stuff in it that red meat today is worse than cigarettes. So we're wondering where even cancer and all this stuff is rising, and where it's all coming from. It's really in the red meat that we're eating. And me right now, as being a vegetarian for now 3 months now, I feel so much lighter, I feel so much better and at ease. And I'm not saying you should change your food diet to that extreme and cut out meat entirely, but just take a break on it here and there, and don't overeat it, because it causes uric acid, and uric acid, so much buildup of that can cause so much stress and issues. And some people think, oh well, I have this big nasty gut, my stomach. A lot of that is excess dead waste that's in your stomach, that if you just detox, or you drink your hot water with lime in the morning, it'll remove all of that excess weight that's in your bottom gut that even when you work out you can't get rid of. There's so much issues. Farmers today in the United States as well, big corporate farmers, when they spray like all this Roundup and Monitor and this glyphosate into our foods, they can't even go onto these farms for a long period of time. And we're eating this stuff, We're eating, consuming all these ingredients. So when I was a kid, I used to ask myself, why do we have so much illnesses out here, so much cancer, so much high blood pressure, so much hypertension, have so much issues that our bodies are just full of. And it's the bodegas, it's these snacks that are in there, it's the Pop-Tarts, it's the Snapple, it's the Lay's chips, it's the Doritos, the stuff that I used to love eating, but I cut out, and I realized that is literally causing the problems and the ADHD and all the stuff that's going on today. I feel like we have to be our own doctors, and we have to start researching and recognizing what are the issues that is really causing all this stress and issues. Because overall, a lot of this stuff that we're eating is messing up our endocrine systems, it's messing up our immune systems, it's messing up our normal ways of functioning. And we as people have to become more aware and just more engage as to what's going on, and start researching things about Monsanto and their GMO crops, and how these fruits stay so fresh all throughout the year. They don't get the sun that they need. and it's just kind of odd that that we just we're just literally not really we're not really focusing on the real culprit and the culprits of all this stuff that's happening out here today. Sugar is actually worse than fat. Sugar is one of the major culprits. Like, let's say even in just like Arizona, or even just sugary drinks, is worse than the food that we're eating. So it's even worse than red meat. And our FDA and a lot of people that are involved in monitoring our foods cover this stuff up so they can still make a profit off of our health at the expense of us getting sick. We just have to recognize that we just have to, like I said, we just have to engage. Like, even the Impossible Burger that's in Wendy's or Burger King and all that stuff like that, all that soy that's just processed. Soy is the most modified crop, and soy has so much estrogen in it that is literally just making everybody more feminine. Alex Jones at a point when he said frogs are becoming gay from the I think estrogen buildup, or he was saying something like that, or I know that in life today we are thinking about our basic needs of survival. We're all just trying to make sure that we stay okay. We're working hard, making money. We're going about life, but we have to start paying mind, because in our 20s, 30s, and 40s it's not going to matter, but in our 50s, 60s, and 70s it's really going to impact us, and give us all this mucus issues that we're all just inevitably going to go through soon. Like Dr. Sebi said, mucus is the biggest cause of illness out here today. We just gotta, like I said, just pay more attention, and and we have to realize that all these rates, even cancer rates, all this stuff is just rising up continuously. Now they say in the UK, one out of every, I think, out of every 2 people, like one of those 2 people will get cancer at some point in their lives, and that's just insane. There's so much GMOs. I recommend shopping at like Trader Joe's or even Whole Foods, Mrs. Green's, different alternatives. Stay away from high fructose corn syrup. That's like the worst stuff. I know that we always say that we're here for a good time, not a long time, but we just gotta. I'm starting to get tired of people getting sick, going to funerals, going to just dealing with so much adversity, pain, things that we don't have to go through as a people if we just gauge our minds to be more aware of what's actually making us sick out here, what's giving us the ADHD, the hyper disorders that we're all not paying mind to. The gummy bears is making us all sick with the gelatin. The Dunkin' Donuts is making us all very sick. The Subway, all the Subway food, literally the meat, the tuna, everything is not real. It's not real. And no one seeming like, just to really, seems to care deeply. You know what I mean? That's like very low vibrational foods that keep you in a very depressed and stressed state, and we just have to recognize that. I've quit a lot of this stuff now for a year, and I feel so light, and I feel so much better than I've ever been, and I just want everyone to be on that same wave of energy, So, like I said, this video is just about increasing awareness on the food that we're eating, how Monsanto and how the FDA pays so much lobbyists and so much bribery to make sure that they stay doing what they do. There's so much people too that have gotten sick from Roundup ingredients. Even in Nature Valley bars, like let's say the ingredient TBHQ makes people more susceptible to being sick to like shellfish and stuff like that, and peanuts and things like that nature, and gluten. We're ever growing being sick. We just have to, like I said, pay strong attention to what's going on in the world today. And a lot of these GMOs are causing inflammatory diseases, they're causing Crohn's disease, they're causing so much things that I feel like in 20 to 30 years from now, a lot of us are going to have issues if we don't start paying mind to what's going on out here. So like, this is Usman. I'm glad you tuned in to this point to watch this video, and I hope we just stay more in tune to what's going on out here. We are our best doctors, and we got to just pay more better mind of what's actually happening out here. So it's Usman again, and peace.